Allison. I'm the Programs Outreach and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me this evening for another episode of Book Chat. Tonight I'm going to chat with you about a cool gardening book that I found in our collection, and it's called Native Plant Gardening, Birds, Bees, and Butterflies, and this is specific to Northern California, which I really like because I find it very frustrating to be looking through gardening books and realizing that the plants inside of them might be good pollinators but aren't good for my area, or are invasive or non-native, or something that will make them not great for me to plant. So as the back of the book says, inside this book you'll find an overview of native pollinator species in Northern California, a field guide to 107 native plants organized by type of plants, such as trees, shrubs, and wildflowers, quick reference chart to plants, blooming periods, and what animals each plant attracts, hardiness zone information, weed control tips, and more, and a bonus, garden plans that can be customized to suit your specific interests. So that's another thing that I find really important is the hardiness factor. A lot of the times when we're at a nursery or looking for plants to put into our backyard, obviously we're attracted by what they look like. But a lot of these really, really beautiful flowers need a lot of sun or a lot of water or something that makes them not very appropriate for California gardens, or, I live in Pacific Grove, so it's very foggy here and there's not necessarily a lot of direct sunlight. So I don't want to be wasting my time and my money and my resources and getting plants that need a lot of direct sun, because that's not what they're going to get in my yard. So it's really good to pay attention to that, and that's something that I know I've overlooked in the past because I'm just going by what attracts my eye. So this is what they were talking about on the back of the book. This is the native plants at a glance. So it's divided up into the different types. You can see trees and shrubs here. And it shows what page they're on, and then talks about what kind of animals they attract. So if you're looking for something specific, you can jump right to that section of the book. And then here's just a sample page where it'll talk about the scientific name, plant characteristics. Here's the hardiness zones. It talks more about that. And here's the bloom period, so that you know when to expect the blooms and the flowers. And here are the growing conditions, so more information about, the partial shade or sun. And then down here talks about what the plant will attract. I recently went on kind of a quest to attract more hummingbirds, so I was really, really interested in all hummingbird plants. And it was funny because when I went to the nursery, I asked one of the workers there which plants will attract more hummingbirds, and we kind of just walked around and looked at the ones that had hummingbirds on them, which was kind of fun. The other thing that I really loved about this book is it shows a garden plan in the back for different types of pollinators and creatures. So here is one for butterflies. So it'll show you a couple of trees, shrubs, wildflowers, and vines that you can grow. And then it has the page numbers for all those and the pictures. So I find that very important, is to have a very clear picture, because sometimes when you go to the nursery, they have different names on the pots, so they could be using a scientific name or a generic name or something, but it really helps to have a picture so that you know what you're looking for. And so here's one for bees as well. And then this one is all about container gardening. So if you have a balcony or a smaller space where you're just doing containers, you can still find stuff that will work for you to attract the pollinators. When I go to nurseries to look for plants, I take books like this with me so that I have the reference here, and it helps me if I don't find the plants that I'm directly looking for. I can look and see what they have and then use my guide to help me figure out if that'll work in my garden. We have tons of books about planting gardens and attracting pollinators. This was just one of the ones that I found recently. I also really liked that it was a paperback. Felt a little easier to stick in my bag and take to the nursery. So again, that's Native Plant Gardening for Birds, Bees, and Butterflies, and it's put together by George Oxford Miller. I would recommend it if you're looking to do a little revamping of your garden. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.